While it's Samsung's flagship S-series phones that garner most of the attention, it's the much more reasonably priced A-series that make up the bulk of Samsung's sales. The A21s, released just over 3 months ago, comes in at a little over $200 or about €180, making it one of the most affordable handsets in Samsung's current lineup. Despite the almost entirely plastic construction, Samsung have done a good job of making the A21s look and feel like a premium device. The glossy finish on the back refracts light, creating a beautiful rainbow effect, and even up close it looks as if it was made from glass. The camera sticks out about 0.5 mm or so from the back and features 4 cameras. The 48 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor for bokeh effects when taking portraits. Just below the camera module in the middle is the fingerprint sensor for unlocking, which works very reliably. On the side is the SIM card tray offering 2 SIM slots, as well as a micro SD card slot for expanding the storage. On the bottom is a USB-C port, the microphone, a single speaker, and a very welcome 3.5mm headphone jack. To hit that €180 price point, a few compromises had to be made. The most obvious of those compromises is in the screen. Unlike the majority of Samsung's phones, which feature a beautiful AMOLED screen, the A21s features a TFT panel with a resolution of only 720p. While it still looks fine, it can be difficult to see in bright sunlight, and it's a definite step down from many other phones in this price bracket. On the positive side, the front camera is much less obtrusive than the one found on many competing devices. Tucked away discreetly in the upper left corner of the screen, you barely even notice it's there most of the time. The A21s runs Android 10 with Samsung's proprietary One UI running on top, powered by Samsung's own 8-core Exynos 850 and a Mali G52 GPU. Performance is acceptable, but the phone can sometimes become sluggish when multiple applications are open. It's definitely not on a par with its Qualcomm or MediaTek-based rivals. The Mali G52 GPU also fails to impress, with performance of less than half that of the MediaTek Helio G90T in a similarly priced Realme 6. That said, gaming performance is still okay, helped a lot by the low-resolution screen, although you may still find yourself needing to turn down the detail level on some newer titles to maintain smooth gameplay. Maximum video resolution is only 1080p at 30 frames per second. There's no 4K here, not even 1080p 60. Video quality is only okay. The lack of any sort of stabilization means that handheld video is very shaky, and the microphone lacks clarity and is extremely prone to wind noise. Attaching the phone to a tripod improves video a lot, although the phone still has a tendency to hunt for focus unless shooting in bright daylight, and there are compression artifacts apparent in dark areas. Despite the 48 megapixel sensor, still photos taken on the main camera are shot in 12 megapixels by default. Quality is good with plenty of detail and some decent sharpness and dynamic range. You can shoot photos in the full 48 megapixel resolution by entering the Pro mode in the camera app, but the photos then take over 3 seconds to save to the internal storage, and they actually look worse than photos shot in the 12 megapixel mode. Taking a photo at 12 megapixels and then upscaling it to 48 megapixels in Photoshop results in a much better, more detailed image with better dynamic range than the native 48 megapixel one. One area where the A21s excels is battery life. The 5000 mAh battery easily lasts 2 days or more under normal usage. I was able to continuously loop a 1080p H.264 video for over 19 hours before the battery eventually died. The included charger offers 15 watts fast charging, but the phone still takes well over 2 hours to fully charge from empty due to its size. Samsung's cost cutting with the A21s is also apparent in the included earphones, which feel very cheap and flimsy. You can pick up far superior earphones for under $5 on Amazon. Overall then, the A21s is a decent low-cost phone with some impressive features. Principally the large battery, the attractive modern design and excellent Wi-Fi speeds. It's let down however by the middling performance and the mediocre screen, which is a big step back from its predecessor, last year's A20, which featured a vibrant Super AMOLED panel for around the same price. As an everyday device for people looking for a phone with a large battery and a decent camera for stills, the A21s is a good choice, so long as you're prepared to compromise in several other areas. That's it for this video, thanks for watching.